lot of talk about voting these days. All of the cliches, your vote is your voice, shut up and vote. Be woke, vote, rock the vote. Rightfully so, I guess. There's an election happening right now. But there are some people who don't give a damn about voting. You've heard them. Why vote? My vote doesn't count. It doesn't matter. I used to think that. And if I'm honest, I still think that way every once in a while. But then I think about all the time, energy, strategies, and downright hate that has gone into suppressing some people's right to vote. In other words, if my vote doesn't matter, why are folks trying so hard to stop me from casting it? Power. Back in the day when they started this new world, they decided it should be ruled by the people. But they weren't talking about black people or women. So when it came to voting, you had to be white with a penis and own some land. These white men understood that the people who vote have the power to elect those who govern, and those who govern make the laws that keep them in power. But at some point, the US fought a war with itself, and black people came out on the other side with a few rights. One of them was the right to vote, for black men at least. Now that they were voting, white dudes realized they had a problem. These black people can vote us out of office. Wait, I got an idea. Since we made it damn near impossible for them to read while they were enslaved, let's make a literacy test that they have to pass in order to cast a ballot. But of course, black people started passing the test. And then the powers that be thought, I know what. You know how we don't have slaves anymore, but we still could use free labor? How about we arrest them, charge them with a felony, and exploit them for work? And then we got a double win, because we'll make a law that prohibits felons from voting. And for those we don't lock up, we'll just keep them poor and charge them a poll tax. Today, you can't call a poll tax, but that doesn't mean the bullshit still doesn't exist. We got voter ID laws that cost taxpayers a lot of money. They mainly hurt black and brown people and reduce voter turnout. And we still got felon voting laws, even though a couple of years ago, the people of Florida decided it was time for former felons to be able to vote. But Republicans were like, nah, that's gonna f our numbers up. So they threw another roadblock. Felons today have to pay all of their court fees before they can get in the booth. So if you don't have a few $1,000 laying around, no vote for you, buddy. And look at this nonsense. You see this jigsaw piece that doesn't look like it fits anywhere? It's a district map that manipulates the vote by putting power all in one place. You see, all this slickery trickery, it's about power. And the voters give power to who they elect. And those they elect want to keep this power. So they do their damnedest to control who votes. So when they say your vote is your power, they ain't lying. The tactics just keep coming. In Texas, they only have one ballot drop box per county. Do you know how big the counties are in Texas? In Georgia, people are waiting in line for more than 10 hours to vote, as if they're giving away iPhone 22. In California, they're burning ballots with fire. And voters in Florida, they're getting threatening emails trying to punk them into not voting, saying, vote Trump or else. Or else what? You know, this is some sneaky shit that's happening right in front of our faces. Right now, the elephants in the room are center stage with President Trump calling on his army of poll watchers to make sure that there's no fraud at the booth.
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by.
Reminds me of a tactic used back in the day. When it comes to voting by mail, Trump wants people to believe that it's a whole big scam, but it ain't. Wanna know how I know? Look at all these guys doing it. At the risk of sounding like a public service announcement, I got a public service announcement. Don't let anyone ever convince you that your vote doesn't matter. The reason they don't want you to vote is that they're afraid you'll take from them what they hope you forget you have: power.